Melo, Frank had mentioned that they were hoping to get you coming up across the top of the three-point arc on that last possession. Did you see what happened in transition and how the spacing kind of broke down?
I didn't really see it. I'll watch it tonight when I get home. It was just things was moving too fast at that second, at that time. It's kind of hard to see it, in real time and quick time. So I'll watch it tonight, and we'll discuss it and talk about it tomorrow in film.
It seemed like you were able to stay in the same rhythm that you've been in this building with hitting shots, but the offense overall, how have you seen that different, if at all, from when LeBron is playing and where you guys still need to adapt as the roster changes like that?
Well, I mean, we still a work in progress. We've been playing some good basketball over the past couple games, but I mean, anytime you missing a guy like LeBron, you still have to make those adjustments. Guys got to do things that maybe that's not called upon them to do when we have a guy like LeBron out there. But for the most part, we shouldn't have lost this one. I mean, it didn't come down to LeBron not being here. We let this one go again. We shouldn't have lost this one.
Melo, you spent a good portion of your career playing home games at the Garden where opposing teams would come in and guys could be dreaming of playing there their whole life, and you'd see guys sometimes have some of the better nights of their basketball career. Are you getting a sense of the type of team you guys have now where you have that target on your back, you have that other team, frankly, to say we get their best shot on an almost nightly basis, and what it takes to go against that no matter what the other team's record is?
Well, this is something that we discuss. We talk about it all the time, owning the fact that, guys will play, teams will play differently when they play against us. So that's the elephant in the room. That's not something that we don't speak about. We know that. We talk about it. We discuss it. I mean, you look at, like tonight, for an example, Baisley, right? I don't want to say his stats and something that, we go over that stuff. We scout that, but he come against us and he make most of his threes against us. So it's going to happen. We just have to own that. We got to accept that and just make sure we can cut, people's water off when that time comes.
Melo, obviously you guys haven't had the full group yet. Losing LeBron is obviously huge. But like you said, if this is a game you shouldn't have lost, that team's only 2 wins this year have come against you guys. How do you guys process one of that? What's it like in the locker room, right now? Are you able to wash your hands? Are you able to be in the, it's a marathon mode right now, or how does it stick with you guys?
What do you want us to do now? We can't fold. I mean, we okay. We all right. I mean, it hurts, to lose to the same team twice within a week, the same way, the same fashion. That's something that we got to take upon ourselves and, hold each other accountable for that as players, as teammates. But other than that, our mode is the same. I mean, we know this is a long journey, a long year, but games that we're supposed to win along that way, we should win. And those are 2 games that we should have won.
Melo, you had those 2 shots in the last 40. What felt good about that spot, or was it your touch? And is that the shot you were looking for or hoping for at the end there in the last possession?
They went in?
Well,
because
it's the same spot, at the top of the key spot.
Yeah, no, we ran plays, a couple misdirections a couple times. The defense broke down. We got the looks that we wanted. We got the shots that we wanted to take. And Frank drew it up, and we executed for the most part on those plays. Thank you, guys.
Now let's take a look at our big bucket ballers of the night. Jeremy Grant with 27. JC, our good friend, with 30, 10 and 19. Utah rolling. Devin Booker, 4 of 8 from 3. Phoenix defeats Houston. And of course, SGA, 28 on 4 of 7 from 3 against the Lakers. Russell Westbrook scored 27 points, but his shot for the tie in the final seconds did not fall. He's speaking with Mike in the media.
Hey, Russell, just wondered what you thought the key difference was and if anything carried over from the last time you guys played OKC and had a lead in that one as well.
I'm not sure. We'll watch it and see kind of what happens. Kind of third a little bit. Started the fourth, but, they play small faster than we did. Simple as that.
Russ, last game against Houston, I know a completely different game, but you were getting to the rim a lot. Tonight your jumper was on. Are you reading the way that the defense is playing, or how is that playing out?
Yeah, I just read. I can do. I just read the game. I can score any level. I'm not really worried about getting to the paint every single time. It's not gonna be there all the time. So I just read and take shots when they're there.
Russ, you've talked kind of throughout the early part of the season about needing to learn, or not needing to, but figuring out the ways to adjust your game to accommodate LeBron and vice versa. Is there a little bit of whiplash of not having him for a couple games last week, then he comes back, and then tonight what's that like for you?
You just gotta figure it out. Simple as that. You can't really do much about it. You gotta figure out best way to play, for the team, and figure out the best way to be able to be effective while on the floor.
Russ, no one's going to feel sorry for the Lakers. You guys have a target on your back. You guys have, this historic collection of talent. But what's it really like being a player and having all these new players trying to come together with guys going in and out of the lineup seemingly on a nightly basis?
It's interesting, but I'm always I'm a person that you just play the cards you dealt. So whatever it is, whoever that's available, that's we work with. We haven't had our full team one time, not even close actually. So we just gotta take whatever it is that we have and make the best out of it and compete to the best of our ability.
Russ, what'd you make of your guys' defense on the inbounds play where Lou was able to get a dunk?
I don't know. I haven't watched it. I see it.
Russ, the last couple plays, the turnover, the three-point shot, a couple other possessions there for you guys. What happened with those two last few plays for you?
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, the ball slipped out of your hand when you were trying to get to the basket on the last play? Were you fouled? Did he chip the ball out of your hand?
No, you saw it. Don't ask me a question you know the answers to. You seen it.
I'm just trying to get the answer out of you, that's all.
No. Just watch the game. You see what happened. Lost the ball. I missed a three. It's nothing to it. Appreciate you.
His thumb at halftime. Obviously, he was able to go back out and play. But if you thought that affected him, and how you think that he'll be moving forward?
Yeah, he had a sprained thumb. They were looking at it in the back, and when he's ready to go, he came back out. I don't think it affected him in the second half, but I have to ask him.
What were the things that you saw turn after you built the 19-point lead in the first half?
Well, they're going to keep playing. The NBA game is a long game. Early leads don't really mean anything in the modern NBA. You got to keep playing. We learned that lesson last week, but they made their run in the second quarter, and it's a 48-minute game. You got to play 4 quarters.
Frank, what did you make of the look that Russ got at the end there?
Yeah, not good enough. We want to get a better shot than that. The spacing wasn't great. We were trying to get Melo to the top of the floor, but the spacing wasn't great.
Frank, there was a 5-minute period in the fourth quarter when you guys couldn't score. What did you see from your offense during?
I'll have to look at the tape, but we missed a lot of layups and a lot of open threes. You know what I mean? We're getting good looks, and it's just one of those stretches where we couldn't get a bucket, and you got to rely on your defense, and it just wasn't enough. Shea, give them credit. Shea had a terrific night, threw in that bomb from near half court, in the final minute, and give those guys credit.
Frank, obviously without LeBron, you're going to be figuring things out, kind of on the fly a little bit. But with that group you had at the end of the game, I don't know if that's a group obviously not at the end of a game before. What were you looking for defensively from that group, and how did they do?
Yeah, I just liked Austin's energy defensively, and he was making plays on both sides of the ball. So we went with him. Avery was energy was good, and obviously Russ, Melo, and AD are going to be in there. We have enough. We just didn't get enough stops, and obviously that stretch where we couldn't get a bucket was a critical stretch.
You guys gave up 35 points in the fourth quarter. Is this another sign you guys just trying to get the defense figured out, and you have so many different bodies out there?
Yeah.